Let's do my nighttime skincare routine. Makeup.
I think I perfected my skincare routine.
If you're lazy and have no time.
Hi, I'm Julie Graber. Someone was doing temporary tattoos with what I thought was henna, but I think in reality it was probably black hair dye. So I got this amazing tattoo, and then about a week later, where the tattoo was, it was beginning to fade. But I started to develop blisters all along the lines of the.
Our documentary is about formaldehyde, and formaldehyde is a toxic chemical found in many cosmetic products. This includes like black hair dyes, some nail glues, eyelash glues, sort of like cosmetic products, things like that.
In terms of hair dye, that's a whole industry in and of itself. I mean, there's many things that can be like toxic in high doses, but somewhat safe in low doses. So for the most part, generally speaking, the products that go through everything has to go through the FDA to be marketed for the most part if you're getting it in the US, right? So the FDA, which is the Food and Drug Administration, has to qualify that product as safe to bring it to market. It has to go through preclinical trials like animal studies and then clinical trials, generally speaking, and then it's determined to be safe or not safe. So from that perspective, formaldehyde might be part of those products, but at a low enough dose that the clinical studies haven't shown any increase in cancer rate.
And formaldehyde can have really negative impacts on your skin.
Can it be irritating? Sure. From a scientific background like that, repeated exposure to anything that's, carcinogenic, meaning causes cancer, or teratogenic, meaning causes birth defects, is worse than just a one-time exposure. So it's what I'm saying is it can be like formaldehyde or other things can also be dose dependent.
Our goal is to have companies be required to put these harmful chemicals in products and put warnings on their products.
Easy, motherfucker.
So that consumers, regular everyday consumers, will know that they are putting these chemicals onto their bodies, because right now there's a lot of products that have these toxic chemicals in them and no consumer knows about it. Just
Receipts, proof, timeline, screenshot.
Because it's not in front of the label, they don't know what to look for, etc.
I mean, I think when you're young, like as a kid, you're very excited to get to like try on makeup or put black mascara on, or so you really don't know, and especially if you're on a budget, the cosmetics are expensive. They're a luxury item. So finding ways to grow the knowledge of what is like safe and clean and good for your skin as opposed to what is a chemical. Yeah.
She had what she thought was henna used on her skin, but was most likely actually black hair dye that may have contained formaldehyde, but we aren't actually aware of that because it was not advertised on the packaging or advertised to her when she had the henna applied, which sort of demonstrates the harmful effects of formaldehyde because you aren't always aware that it is in the product that you are using.
It is known that above levels of 200 ppm, it can have negative impacts towards the consumers of these products. However, in a study done by the Washington State Department of Ecology in 2022, they found many products containing formaldehyde at levels above 200 ppm. And some of these went up to the level of 1660 and even more marketed towards kids.
That makes no fucking sense!
Which is very alarming, and consumers need to be aware of these kinds of dangers when purchasing products, and manufacturers should be regulating this. However, according to U.S. federal laws on cosmetic regulation, the FDA does not regulate any cosmetics that are being brought to market unless they contain color additives.
What'd that mean?
organizations come in to help educate the public. There's many public databases containing lists of products.
What else? I'm the
The most important thing we can do when we reach these scenarios is to inform others. One thing that you can do is to research formaldehyde and formaldehyde releasing products and inform your friends and family of them. When you see formaldehyde or a formaldehyde releasing product in a bottle of one of your cosmetics or at the grocery store, it's important that you throw it away and inform your friends and family to do the same.
Step up in the party like my name was that bitch.